Good morning and welcome back to 0 to 60. Today, I finally got a new fuel filter for the M5. I got this I just missed out on getting it before last weekend, and I got it on Monday night. Jake actually grabbed it from BMW for me. I never thought it'd be such a mission to grab a fuel filter for any car, but yeah, they are unique to these apparently, and there was one in Australia. So thanks to Jake for grabbing that from BMW for me. Had to come up from Melbourne, and now that it's the weekend, the hoist is free, I'm not working, so I'm gonna get it in, change the filter, and hopefully it sorts out the leaning out issue up the top, and we can start having some fun with the M5 again, because I miss it lots. All right, let's get to it. Okay, the car's up on the hoist, and basically all I've done is undo a few of the clips and bolts that hold that undercover panel on, which I was actually in here a couple of weeks ago when I changed the regulator, which is a bit of a bugger. I didn't have the fuel filter changed then, but you know, it is what it is. At least it'll all be brand new after today. So to change a fuel filter, basically I've got to do everything I did to get the reg off, but also pull off the fuel lines at this end, and yeah, and then it's just the two bolts that hold the fuel filter on. It should be pretty simple. Got the brand new OEM filter here, ready to go, and I'm hoping that solves all of the issues, all of the leaning out issues, and this thing just runs perfect all the way up to redline. All right. I'll start undoing these fuel hoses and yeah, get swapping it. Let's do it. Okay, there is the original one, and I mean, I don't know what the inside looks like, but the outside definitely shows a bit of age. It's been on the car for a little while, so still looking good. Hopefully this will solve the issues. Basically, there's not too much to it. Like I said, just got to put the fuel reg onto this filter. Obviously these mounting brackets too, which are, they are crusty as. Here we go. And then we should be back in business. Now this part was kind of just in the other video when I changed the fuel reg, so I'll switch back to time lapse and get it done nice and quick for you guys. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is everything tight and back together how it should be, but before putting the cover back on and going for a test drive, I'm going to bring the car down, just prime it up and start it up and make sure there's no fuel leaks as the yeah, just everything's come off. A new crush washer went on, and yeah, just make sure no fuel's leaking out. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just have to put it back on the hoist and pull everything off again to find the leak. So I'll do that, and if it is all good, then I'll put it back together, head out on the road and see if it's fixed it. Okay, I'll let it prime for a bit. Do it again, you know, good measure. And then... Alright, it's working. It's not pissing out fuel. I think we're good. Don't mind the crazy engine tick, because I haven't driven it for quite some time. These engines just seem to, the lifters just seem to get a bit noisy when you don't drive them for a bit, but I'm sure once I pull it out and actually get it up to running temperature on the road, I'm sure it'll go away. There's definitely nothing wrong with the engine. It sounds so mean. So good. Well, that's looking pretty good. I don't think any fuel came out then. All the wet patches from when I was changing the filter, don't worry. So I'll put it back up, I'll put that cover on, and I'll catch you guys. Rather than just heading out on the road, I want to actually monitor the AFRs and make sure it's sweet, see exactly what it's doing. So I'm going to grab my old laptop, and I'm going to plug it in and actually log it.
Well guys, I'm in the video now. Hello everyone. We're just out on the test drive. Unfortunately, it's half an hour?
Could more.
Best part of 30 minutes at least, trying to get this lovely Windows laptop to work, and we just cannot get this thing to boot. We got it to boot once and then it just like froze straight away, so Windows life. So we're just gonna go and try and drive it, and I'm just gonna watch the gauge manually instead of trying to log, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. And we should be able to see from what the gauge does anyway. Okay, so we're just gonna have a little bit of a roll on. Not a full pull, but we're also gonna use the GoPro to film the gauge. That seemed good then, Dave.
Yeah, it was second gear, which third is usually where it really gets ugly.
That also,
it lit up as it went through the, I wasn't ready for that. As it went through the RPM, it started spinning more.
it felt like it had a bit more power than normal. All right, we'll do another roll on shortly. That got up to 13.5 as it got out to the top of the rev range, so it's still leaning out.
Bugger.
What is it causing it?
I was convinced she was going to be good.
Filter.
Okay, it's now many hours after the last bit of footage that you would have seen, well, from when Andrew was in the car with me, that I thought was going to be the final test drive, to find out that it's all sweet and good to go. Turns out it's not, but it did feel like it was taking more RPM and more load until it was starting to get dangerously lean. That's what it felt like anyway, and without my old Windows laptop working for Testo to actually log it, that's all we could go off, is just by looking at the gauge and what the RPM sounds like. And I thought maybe it could have been caused by not driving the car for so long, and then it needed to readapt and relearn for those RPM and that much load. So I thought I'll take it for a drive. And I'll go and do a few more pulls, you know, just up to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and sort of work my way up to a redline pull in third gear. So I went up and down the highway. Well, I've been driving around for a couple of hours now. Just thought, you know, just get everything flowing and working how it should. And I thought that we'd be good. But here is the very last pull. I got it on camera, just of the gauge. This is the very last pull I just did. You'll probably notice it's now dark outside. Just to clarify, I've done the in-tank fuel pump. It made zero difference at all. I replaced the hose to go from the pump, the flexible hose to go from the pump to the hat, I should say. So that's replaced. The pump's replaced, the hose is replaced, the fuel regulator's replaced, and now the fuel filter. And there's no other symptoms. Everything else with the car works fine. Obviously the tune hasn't been changed since I went roll racing, and it was absolutely fine. The morning I went roll racing, I actually got that custom tune done and did 25 logs, it felt like, that morning out on the road. So it shouldn't be anything to do with the DME. I'm at a bit of a loss. If you've got any help, please send it my way and I'll do some more digging. But although she's not back on the road properly, it was a lot of fun just to get it out on the road. So I'm really looking forward to getting it sorted. Bit of a shame, but also a lot of fun at the same time. Not a complete loss. I've also got to think about getting this bloody paintwork done, which is going to be a big job, but it's going to make it look a lot better. So plenty of stuff to do. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, if you've got any questions about the episode, let me know in the comments. And if you've got any pointers, let me know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.